Good day. My name is Mendel Zilberberg, and we are here to discuss, albeit a one-way discussion, what I believe is a medical billing opportunity. In order to fully understand the opportunity, you will have to understand quite a bit about the medical billing industry. And this first segment is a general overview of the opportunity in a very abstract level. Thereafter, we will go into various segments describing the medical billing industry in greater detail, and thereafter go into the particular nuances of the opportunity that may be appropriate for you. I am hopeful that at the end of the presentation, which should take approximately 2 hours of your time, you will be in a position to make an informed decision. Whatever that decision is, I wish you success in all of your upcoming endeavors. We will obviously go into greater detail of what the operations of the medical billing company are, but in its very basic sense, it is a company that gets doctors or medical providers as clients and handles all of the billing that they have to do from third parties, whether it be insurance companies, Medicare, Medicaid, with the understanding that if a doctor does not collect money, he does not have any income. It's kind of simple. So at the core of every medical practice, you have operations. And in order to do that, you have to have professional people that are trained as billers, as coders. You'll have to have a plant, a place of operations. There are significant expenses in setting up the technology. And of course, you as the owner of the company become charged with the responsibility of making sure all of the operations or all of the work gets done. If someone is sick, it becomes your headache as the owner. If someone is not feeling well, if it's someone's vacation time, if it's time to hire new people, you become the interviewer. Because as the owner of a company or of a small business, you have total responsibility for all of the operations. The next component of the medical billing company is marketing. Obviously, you don't have much of a company if you don't have doctors who are seeking your service. So aside from being charged with maintaining and building the operations of the company, you have to be out there looking for new doctors so that you can start your business and thereafter grow your business. Once you get a doctor or medical practice to hire your medical billing company, you have an ongoing responsibility to maintain the client relationship. So as the owner of a startup or an established medical billing company, you essentially have 3 areas of focus. The first being operations, which is the nuts and bolts of the medical billing company. It's the work, and it's what you're being paid to do. In order to grow your company, you have to constantly be marketing, bringing in new doctors and new clients, and you have to be spending time maintaining and building your relationship with your clients. Each one of these 3 things are time-consuming and really need all of your focus in order to have an excellent medical billing company. Now imagine if you could outsource all of the operations. And let's not get scared of the word outsource. At this time, just think of it as you had someone else that was responsible for all of the operations. You didn't have to hire or train staff. You didn't have to rent space. You didn't have to invest in technology. And you didn't have to act as the operations manager. By the way, the list goes on. You weren't called in an emergency because somebody was sick. You weren't called because there was a power outage. You didn't get great news that you were going to land a new account that needed 5 people, and then you had to run around figuring how are you going to hire them, and how are you going to train them, and where are you going to seat them, and how are you going to deal with this, not to mention how are you going to finance that expense until you got paid by the doctor. Imagine you could literally dump all of that responsibility and all of the time that it took onto another person. Now, if you were able to dump all of that responsibility onto another person, what would be left for you to do is marketing, going out, bringing in new clients, and maintaining those relationships. Now, this is an opportunity if you're a person who has the get up and go to market, if you have the personal professionalism and integrity to maintain long-term relationships, and it is a special opportunity if you're the type of person who by nature is not an operations person. If your core competencies, the areas in which you shine, are more being a people person than a technical person. So if you could really put to the side all of the operations piece and all of the time that it takes and the worries that it brings, and devote yourself and focus on marketing and client relationship, that would be a huge opportunity for the right person. In order to really understand the opportunity that is being offered, you first have to understand a little more about medical billing. Let's face it, if you don't understand what the operations of a medical billing company are, you can't really appreciate the value of being able to have someone else take care of it. If you don't understand what the business is about, why would you or how would you be able to make a decision whether you want to go into the business at all? So one of the almost necessary evils of exploring this opportunity is learning, even if at an altitude of 30,000 feet, you would still have to learn what the various flows and requirements and technical minutia of a medical billing company are. So there's only a certain amount that we can speak about an opportunity at this point without going into detail if we really want you to understand what the opportunity is. So I ask you, please bear with me. This segment of the presentation should not be more than 2 hours.